Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I just came back from an interview. I had a good day today. I was about to sit here on my TV and play the game, but on my way home, driving home in my Lamborghini, if y'all didn't know, I had me a little Lamborghini, you feel me? Driving home, I was scrolling through YouTube and I seen the Ice Cream Sandwich posted a new video, and I was like, what is a better way to end my day off and start you guys' day off than watching an ice cream sandwich video? So that's what we're about to get into. And the video name is titled Lies I Believed as a Kid. And speaking of lies I believed as a kid, I just realized the other day that the pinky finger is not the middle finger in China. I've been believing that for years until 2 days ago. So I was reading an Instagram post and it was like, I've been telling blah 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 that the pinky finger was the middle finger in China, and it's a lie. And I was like, what? And I looked it up, and it's not true. So what? Maybe he's gonna get me to realize some lies that I didn't know, that I still don't know is true. So let's get into the video.
Now, little Timmy, you know better than to steal
Little
cookies from the
Timmy?
cookie jar. You know, I never told you this, but if little children eat cookies before dinner time, they spoil their appetite. And
Right.
bat wings will sprout from their eyeballs, and they will fly away into the sun where they will explode.
Why do parents do that? Like, well, I guess I kind of understand. It's like, well, they're kind of taking advantage of our stupidity, and well, not really stupidity, but like our ability to absorb everything and not knowing what's true and what's not true. So they just tell us anything in order to get us to stop doing what we're doing. Instead of just saying, no, don't do that, they're just like, well, if you do that, you're going to explode. So I understand, but you know, I'm not even going to act like I'm not going to do it. 100% when my kids, when I have kids, I'm going to do that every single time.
Hot take of the day, I think lies, they're
If
bad.
you drink too much
lie
orange
to
juice, you're
somebody,
gonna turn into an orange
There's
tree.
a chance that you could really hurt them. Hey, buddy!
What?
Go over there. Don't worry, it's safe. Why would you do that? But sometimes kids can be unruly.
Yeah.
And I'm not a parent,
Yeah.
so I don't know what's considered good parenting and bad parenting.
I have a little bit of an
But
idea.
sometimes as
I think
kids,
so.
to keep the peace, we were lied to. And I think about that sometimes. At least for the lies that I was told when I was a kid, I think it's mostly fair. But,
Enlighten
Can I
me.
show you something really quick?
Is it Opera? Is it Opera browser? NordVPN?
This video is sponsored by Opera Browser. Are you looking
thought
for
so.
a cool browser packed with features?
I said I
Oh,
might
you
get it,
know,
so let's see,
Opera
let's see.
Browser's a browser that has
Sell me
features.
again.
Are you like me and have about 600 tabs open at any given time? No?
Sometimes.
Weird. Normal browsers would shred through computer resources like RAM, CPU, and battery. But Opera
Yeah.
Browser is built different. Literally,
exactly
it is
what my
built with
computer's going
features
through
such
right
as
now.
Battery saving mode. So if you have 600 tabs open, which is very normal, it won't
Mm-hmm.
tank your battery, so you can do other important things on your computer for longer. And if your tabs are getting super cluttered from doing all kinds of important research, you can use workspaces to organize and simplify your browsing by switching contacts
Right.
with what's
Spinning
clicked at the
fish
top
for
of your
100
sidebar.
hours.
Wonderful. Now you can get back to gaming without needing to worry about your browser. Opera Browser also allows you to customize your browser's experience with
Well,
things like
I need to do-
wallpapers
I need to
and
learn
custom
how
sounds.
to
Thank you, Opera, for sponsoring
edit
this video.
better.
Normally, as stated before, lying bad, but I can
Lying bad.
empathize with parents if they need a little more order in the house. I look back on my childhood and I remember how I was lied to from time to time, and I think,
Right.
yeah, that was warranted. Like one time when I was a kid, I was told if I keep making that face, it will stick that way.
I was
remember
told
every
that
time
too,
I was
actually.
harassing my mom while she was making us dinner. Mom. You gotta be careful.
Bro,
'cause
kids
if you
are, like,
keep,
stupid.
Making that face, it'll stick that way. I didn't believe this lie, but I should have. I am very
I
noble
believed
and
it.
believe most things. I would say 45%.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't still believe it, but there's just a tiny bit, because of course, like, some of these lies you're being told to as when you're a kid, like, you don't believe it when you get older, but nobody really says it's a lie. Like, no, they're like, if you do that, your face is gonna get stuck like that. But when you get older, you're like, that's not really true. But nobody says that it's not true. It's just yourself. So there's a tiny little bit of my... I feel like if I hold my face in a position for too long, it might actually get stuck that way. I don't believe it fully, but I don't test the waters, you know? I don't test the waters to figure out if it's true or not, because nobody's telling me it's not true except for me. So I don't know.
Memory, misinformation. But either way, in my opinion, this lie is fine. I admittedly was being a walking headache, and this lie, it really isn't that damaging. Unlike some other folklore tales, like little German boys being told not to put your fingers in pie or else you're going to be taken away by a monster.
Is that a lie? What type of monster is that?
Time ago, there was a time where backlit things.
Hey, yo, what are you watching?
Or were at least very rare. And if you were in a car on a road trip and wanted to read some spooky goosebumps, you would need an overhead light.
Right.
I remember lots of times on road trips I wanted to play Pokemon on my Game Boy, but I didn't have any backlit stuff. As many kids my age, I too wanted to be a Pokemon.
Oh, they didn't have lights. I was like,
every
why?
enemy I could with my team. Okay, I'm ready to battle. To do any of this, I needed light. A simple thing to come by these days, but at that time, I had none. There's this thing I used to have that was like just a little spiral light that would connect to the Game Boy, just be like a lamp, a literal lamp shown on the screen. Can't remember if I just didn't have it at the time.
I played on a Game Boy before.
Either way, I needed the top light. So I turned it on, and then my dad turns it off.
I know what light you're about to say.
As my dad put it, it was illegal. I remember thinking, of course I can't turn that on now. If I did, then we would get pulled over, and then my dad would be put in jail, and then I would have to drive, and we all know how that would go.
You're literally exactly.
I'm a Pokemon master, not a NASCAR driver. Come on. I didn't have a job, so how am I supposed to post bail? Sorry, Dad. My only option was to wait and to look out the window and pretend little guys running around and dodging all the stuff that we're driving past.
Yes.
But as
I did that too. Literally. I still do that to this day. Like when I'm just bored, my phone just died, the radio's not on, I just be looking outside and just imagine me or just a little guy just jumping over the fences and stuff like that. I thought it was just me. Hey, I think me and Ice Cream Sandwich, you know what? We're halfway alike. Cause that last video of no, that was Ginger Pale actually. No, me and Ice Cream Sandwich, we're right here. We're right here. We're best buds like that.
There's nothing in here about inner car lights on at night being illegal. My dad only said that.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was simply hard to see at night. Which is honestly fair. Even though I was fighting the biggest criminal organization in the history of mankind.
Right.
In Pokemon, I do know now it's harder to see when the inner lights are on. I didn't understand at the time how important visibility was. However, I would learn how very vital it is years later while I attempted to get my own license. Do you need sunglasses? No, I'm fine. Now I understand. Kids tend to pee in pools. It's just the way things are. I don't know the rules. This can become a problem.
Have I ever peed in a pool before? I think I peed in a pool one time. So this is how it went, right? I had to use the restroom the entire time we were in the pool. But I was just holding it in because I was like, okay, the water's blue. I was told that if you pee in the water with chlorine, it's going to turn like a darker blue, or you can see the pee in the water and everybody's going to know you pee. So what I did is right before we left, they were like, hey, it's time to get out the pool. We're about to go home. So right as everybody's getting out the pool, I just let loose. I was just like, hey, we not finna be in the pool no more. I don't care about that. We not finna be in the pool. So I'm finna let loose. Let loose, got out the pool, shook it off a little bit. And then we went home. And I never talked about it.
So when I was in swimming class, before we started at all, our swimming instructor told us, if you pee in the pool, it'll react with a chemical in the pool and turn it red. And so everyone will know that you
I was
peed
told
in the pool
blue.
and that you're a pool peer. Hey, this guy pees in pools. You give me that. Give me the pool noodle. Back. And up to that point, I had been being in the
like
pool.
a dark blue. That's
so vile. I'm sorry to admit that, but as a kid, I was just like, well, a fish can do it.
Right.
Oh, dude! Ew! Come on, man! My kid's in this lake! It's very selfish to be in the pool. You ruin the pool for everyone. It's like everybody's having a soup and everybody's really excited.
Speaking of, why do people swim? I'm sorry for pausing this video. It's only 7 minutes long, so I'm gonna give a little bit of commentary. If you want to watch his video, you can go over there because he's not gonna comment through any of it. It's me. Anyways, what I'm saying is, why do people swim in the lake? Like in lakes? Like I thought, I'm not trying to be racist, but I thought it was only a YT people thing. But I had a little friend, and she was like, yeah, Like, I do it all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I think she's a little white as well, but she says she's black. She don't look black, but she says she's black. Anyways, but she was like, people do it all the time. I'm around friends who do it all the time. But it's like fish and animals are peeing and pooping all up in the lake. You're swimming through pee and poop. It's not like somebody just scoops through the lake and gets to pee and poop. No, it just stays there. It's not going anywhere. It's just there. You're swimming in pee and poop. It just letting you know. And then you have the audacity to go in there and skinny dip. People who skinny dip, you are disgusting. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't get how being naked in the water with other people is fun to you. You belong under the prison, and I don't give a fuck how many people do it. You're disgusting. Don't ever, if you're over my house and you bring up the idea,
hey, let's skinny dip,
you're about to skinny dip your ass back home.
A bunch of spice in the soup, and you're just like, oh no, that's just for me, don't worry. Just gonna mix that up a little bit. Now looking back, I'm glad that I was lied to, because I stopped peeing in pools right away. Who knew lies could be so effective? On an unrelated note, did you know not subscribing to this channel in 24 hours gives you scurvy? Just saying.
Okay, so
I've already subscribed, so it's okay.
Earlier,
I'm not getting
I was gonna say a
scurvy.
thing about how lifesavers are a candy that helps prevent kids from choking because of the little hole in the center. But
What?
did you
That doesn't
know
make
that's
sense.
also a myth? I was told
Yeah,
the
that doesn't
inventor
make
designed
sense.
the candy like that because his kid choked on candy, and he didn't want other kids to befall the same fate. And that's also
That's
why
stupid.
it's called lifesavers, because it's saving
Oh!
lives. Turns out that's wrong.
That
He just
make-
wanted a
that's
candy
pretty
that looked
clever.
Like lifesaver booze.
But no, you can still check
That's
on
it.
it.
It's just kind of disappointing. Why not make candy of something cool? Like meat. They say that cracking your knuckles ruins your hands. But
I
I've been
thought so
cracking my
too.
knuckles for years,
Actually,
and look
my
how they
little
turned out.
sister,
There's
my little sister just asked me about this the other day. Somebody, I think it was my mom when I was a little younger. I would always be just pop. Oh, that's a little embarrassing. They're not really. Ah! I was told a long time ago that when you pop your fingers, it's gonna give you arthritis when you get older. And at that time, I knew what arthritis was, and I was like, no, I don't want arthritis. So I stopped popping my knuckles. But then I started looking it up once I got older. I was like, it says like it's just annoying for other people, but it's fine. Like, you just pop your knuckles, it doesn't really do anything. And my little sister just asked, she was like, "If my fingers gonna?" I was popping my knuckles. She was like, "Your fingers are gonna get hurt." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "They're not. It's just a myth. They're lying to you." So now all she does is just pop her knuckles. She's like, "Look," and she starts popping her knuckles, and she pops her
Look
neck.
broken
too.
or mangled to you? Take a close look.
Your skin is really soft.
Could you stop?
Yeah,
I was
I
always
was
so
about
worried
to
about
say.
cracking my knuckles because I would often hear people say, "You're gonna get arthritis if you keep doing that." I don't
That's what I
want
just said.
arthritis. I need my hands. But unfortunately, it became a habit, so I did it a ton. Then I started to crack my ankles, my elbows,
Your
my back,
ankles?
my sternum somehow, my neck. It was getting out of control.
Why are you popping your?
So I was worried about the future of my hands. But as I was worrying, research was being conducted about the correlation between arthritis and cracking your fingers.
Yo!
No correlation, which means I don't have to better myself.
Write that
nor
down.
my
Write that down.
habits. Yay! I think what was really going on here is maybe parents thought it was really nasty whenever their kids cracked their knuckles, which is
Yo,
fair.
he just
It's pretty
popped his
gross.
back.
And then just told them
That's
they
crazy.
need to stop because of health reasons. But also, if you think about it, it just kind of makes sense. It doesn't seem like a healthy thing to do. Maybe one
doesn't
day my
seem like a
fingers
healthy
will
thing to
just
do,
fall off. Only
but
time will tell. Anyway.
It
Lies
is.
are bad, but when
It
I
was
look
not
back
healthy
on
for
it,
sure.
maybe not all lies were bad. And maybe it was just people trying to guide me along a better path in life, which is
Yeah.
kind of sweet. Thanks for
It is.
watching. And don't forget to lie to everyone.
I will. Actually, you know what? I will. Just
Okay,
for you, Ice Cream
bye.
Sandwich. Peace. And guess what? We didn't get a single ad through that. My day is going great today. Alright guys, thank you guys for coming here and watching another video with me. I'm sorry that my videos aren't consistent. Once again, my 5th time saying that since I've started this YouTube channel. But life is life for a nigga right now. I got a lot of stuff on my plate that I have to do. And I just hope that y'all be patient with me as much as possible. I'm still gonna try to do YouTube on the side of whatever I got going on in my life. But I just ask that you guys be patient with me and still tell people about my channel. Still, you subscribe and tell them to subscribe too. And every video that they come across, make sure you like it. And please comment. Tell me something about you. Tell me some lies that your parents told you that you still don't know is true or not, or that you just found out is false. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.